We live?
We live.
We live? Killer. What's up, Andrew? How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing, Zach?
Tired, but I have been looking forward to Supaship Live all week because we got to a really good place, I feel like, last week. And yeah, we're gonna I think it's in the realm of possibility that we could finish these notifications and maybe ship it today. It's in the realm of
I believe.
possibilities. I feel like it's if it's a bell curve, it's on the far left. It's like what is it, the 5% or the 3% that's on the early adopters or the late adopters? I don't know which one it would be, but it's in
Yeah.
one of those. Um, yeah, but it's in the realm of possibilities. We'll leave it at
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
So, uh,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe we can set some context for what's going on. I guess wait for some people to show up as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and share my screen. And I heard Andrew, I got you all into Playwright now,
Oh yeah.
and it's pretty nice, huh?
It
Pretty
is. I'm
nice.
sold. Sold on
You're
playwright.
sold. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I would. It would be awesome too if you know, if there was some of these more simpler instances, maybe could help even with just super bass being more having more confidence in some of the stuff, because yeah, that's like a nice side effect of all this stuff, is like I
Yeah.
write these stuff actually so I can develop and make sure I keep my sanity, but it's like also it's like a nice confidence layer to have there too, where I can press a button and kind of get a red or green light that things are ready to go. So
Yeah. I think so I've even used it for the email confirmation. I didn't realize that that would work so smoothly as well. So whenever you sign up, it sends the email and then it opens the what's it called? Is it called in what's the thing called? Inbox or I can't remember what it's called, but we have this thing in the
the
local super base.
like the tool thing, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking?
I don't know. With the local stuff, I just went to turn off the confirmation so we can skip all that stuff.
Oh, so I was doing that until I realized that hey, why wouldn't you make it as how the app probably would be, where a user would have to get an email and confirm, and
Oh yeah.
there's like a local inbox that gets set up with the local super base. So I
Oh
just
yeah.
send the playwright to that URL to check the last mail, click on the link, you
Smart.
know, confirm the user, then log in. And I was like, it works. I was like, wow, this is
Yeah.
so good.
That's part of what I like so much about it is like when you run the test, it's just like a regular node context. So I think in one of these tests too,
Yeah.
trying to remember which one. I think it's the is it the Pyramid of Death? No, I think it's like the pagination because like I wanted to like throw enough stuff into the database to like uh, be able to show some advanced paging stuff,
Yeah.
because I think live we've actually got like several pages, at least 10, I think, pages worth of posts. I just wanted to make sure all the paging worked right on all of that. And I think so. I have this create posts in bulk, and I'm just like dropping the super client in there and like
Right.
just giving it the whatchamacallit key, um,
Yeah.
and loading it up. That's not sensitive. That's just my local one. So yeah, that way uh, my first iteration of this test, I was actually using the UI to create 120 whatever posts, and it was
Right.
two things. That was flaky for one, because that's 120 chances for something to go wrong or to take a little too long. Uh, and it's just yeah, it just takes a long time on top of that because you're actually automating going through and making 120 posts on the browser when
Yeah.
this is obviously going to be faster. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Did you do it this way because you wanted to test also that your function works through calling the RPC? Because I'm just
Mm,
thinking you could have easily had done this. Oh no, but you're doing this per test, right? It's like
yeah, so I actually
it's
don't
before each.
know what my user ID is going to be at the start. Like that's another piece
Right.
of this. So I mean, maybe I could have done something where I just put things right in the tables, but I was worried about like hitting some weird case where like I violated some constraints in some way as I was putting stuff in. You know, like that's a
Yeah.
thing. Like I have this RPC in part to avoid all that nonsense. So I was just like, just use the RPC. We're good.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I guess in some way, my UI is just a presentation layer in front of these RPCs at the end of the day. So
Pretty much. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Why use the presentation layer when I could just use the API? You know, that's
Exactly.
something Twitter's got to learn because
Oh no, he didn't say that.
they're taking down their free APIs, right? Isn't that the word?
Did he just say that? Oh no.
Is
We're gonna
that
get
is
banned.
that
We're
controversial?
gonna
I
kick off
thought that
Twitter.
was. Oh, we're gonna get kicked off. Oh no, my Twitter. Oh, my Twitter just got deactivated. Uh, uh,
Nah.
Elon Musk supposed to be our one viewer right now.
Like I was
Okay.
waiting for him to say that. I was just waiting. I'm gonna shut him down now. No more
Yeah.
Zach.
Well, as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, so the APIs are gone. It's time to crack out the web scrapers, and we can
Pretty
still
much.
do this.
That's what's gonna happen, right? I thought about that
Yeah.
whole scenario and I was like, it's not gonna stop anyone from doing anything. Like the web scrapers are just gonna come back into action as we had them when Twitter was first out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, is that how? Is that like? I don't know. I feel like I got into Twitter, at least tech Twitter, later in like the last several years or so. So
Yeah, it was it was web scraping before when there was
I
no
don't.
API. Everyone was just
I've never
doing
messed
web.
around with the automation or the API either. Like I know some of the other folks do stuff like whenever they're live, they go red and all that stuff and have it automatic.
Right.
So I never messed with any of that. I don't get it, but yeah. It sucks that if someone built like I imagine there's businesses built around these APIs being available. And if they just go away, that's I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully at least they just go to paid, so it's small. Hopefully it's only smaller margins, but still, that's probably jobs being lost and businesses being
I
ruined.
think from what I read today, they're not going away fully. There's
Okay.
yeah, he's changed the plans of how it will work. There's like I think
Mm.
each user is allowed I think 1,500 um, posts or something through the API
Okay.
per month. So I think he's kind of with the backlash that everyone was like yo, this is not good. They kind of took that into consideration and came back with a new plan. But yeah,
Interesting.
it's not as free as it was before, or it won't be as free as it was before. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. But
free
hey,
free speech, mostly free speech. It's all the same, right?
yeah,
Well, there you go. Well, you want to get into some code here, bro?
yeah. Why not? Also, I want to add that I've been since I've been doing the playwright stuff, I've been going over your course again just to
Oh yeah.
catch up and learn a bit more to do with the playwright side of it. I was like, yeah, and I've checked out this example repo as well.
Oh yeah.
Really, really learning a lot from the course and from the repo. So
Oh,
if
that's
anyone
awesome.
anyone who's watching this, you should definitely check out Zach's course. He didn't pay me to say this, by the way.
No, in fact, I think you paid me.
I actually paid
'Cause
you.
you-
Yeah, I bought the course.
Yeah, let me throw the course up too, because this had come up a little bit in just in some of the conversations over on the Discord. In
Yeah,
case someone's watching the recording of this at some point, but the main branch or the master branch that we have here, this is actually what we're working on now. But if you want to
right.
check out like where we ended up on the course with like everything, make sure everything's passing. There's also this course endpoint branch. So check that one out if you
Right.
want to see what's going on, or if you want to like match up perfectly to what we did in the videos. So
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, glad to hear you're enjoying it and that you're learning a lot from it. Like I said, I love this flow so much. I look forward to our live streams all the time because I get to work in this, and it's so like, to me, so much of like the software engineering thing is about control for me, probably in an unhealthy way. Right, like I have complete control over what's going on here, or I could at least figure it out. And
Yeah.
being able to have this kind of environment that Supabase enables, where like it's just all here, all the tools are here, same way as it's going to be in out there when we go live on the deployed cloud instances. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, really really cool. Playwright leads into that, like we said, with just having the node context, so we can do whatever we want. And yeah, it's great. We could even scrape Twitter while in Playwright. That would be a
Or
stream. That would be a great stream,
or not.
actually. Yeah, I mean, not definitely
We're
not
not gonna scrape
next.
Twitter. We don't want to be
Definitely
banned.
not next. Definitely not next Tuesday or next Wednesday. Whatever we said we're going to do it. Definitely not. All right. But yeah, let's I don't know, let's take a look at what's going on. There was like a security vulnerability that was like standing out to me. I think this is a legitimate one. So we can maybe talk about that next, but just to see where we're at. We sign up. We have like all the tests, of course, to make this automated. But if I come in here, I comment something, like the whole thing we're working on, I guess, is just this notification thing right here.
Yeah.
We probably need like a test case, like if there's none, just say no notifications or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I guess the thing to do now is just like to test some edge cases around this, or think of any edge cases and see, make sure this is working for all intents and purposes. But the security vulnerability I'm thinking of, which I think is like a legitimate thing. So I'm logged in as Zach right now, right?
Okay.
So I guess that's the unique ID for my post, but my user here, I think if we go in and inspect, it's gonna be in like app, and it's in the local storage, I want to say. Yeah, in here, inside of user, there's my user ID. And I think what I can do, if we look at the stored procedure for creating a comment, I
Hmm.
think even though I am Zach, if I know tests user ID, I feel like I would be able to send a request to that remote procedure, but just like replacing my ID with test's ID and make it look like test posted a comment. Um, and it's I don't know if we're blocking that right now, and I wanted to see if there's a way we could look at that. Maybe we could look at the create new comment. I guess it's probably the same thing for create a new post, but for
Yeah.
create a new comment, yeah, we just get this user ID, and there's never any validation that the user ID kind of matches the
The currently logged in user, right?
yeah. So like we're also sending over the access token. So we
Yeah.
should be able to, like in the examples in the docs, I think like that's the one we use all over the place.
Yeah.
When it's like we may even be using it here. Yeah, auth use ID equals user ID.
Yeah.
Is there a way to like create a policy on a RPC?
Well, we could just write the if, right,
Oh
instead
yeah.
of the RPC.
I mean, I guess I don't know if they have if statements in SQL.
Oh yeah, because you're using a PLPG SQL, so you can write
Yeah,
if statement.
gotcha. So this is all just creating the block, right? And so
Yeah.
at the begin and the end, this is the
Yeah.
begin. This is like the open and close of the function, correct?
Yeah. The function body. Yeah.
Gotcha. So what we want to do is kind of just put an if here and
Yeah.
say, I guess we would just use this right here, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Think that should work.
and we'll say if.
But shouldn't we actually test that your theory works first before fixing what we thought would
I guess
exist?
so. I don't want to be crawling the DOM though to figure that out. It's like I know it's available somewhere in the JavaScript, right? Like we know we have the user ID for this test,
Right.
for this test user. I just don't know how if I'm coming at it from the playwright side, I don't know how I get that unless I like bake it in with like a data dash star kind of
Right.
attribute.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
So I hear what you're saying. It would be good to have a test. Let's go ahead and do it. Like let's work through that whole process. So maybe let's start by adding the attribute here, and maybe I always like showing this one off on MDM because I went for a long time in my career without knowing what this stuff was. But if we
Right.
look up on MDM, there's data star, and this is like a world that could have been. I feel like where so there's part of like the way the web was built, and like there's breadcrumbs of this, and data star is probably one of the biggest ones. It's a way of like uh putting in actual data and tying it to the object in the DOM, right? Like is using a data dash and then anything is actually like taking the object, like taking this node in the tree and baking this data into that node now. And so a lot of what the JavaScript frameworks are doing is actually like putting this veneer on top of JavaScript and saying like, don't worry about storing this data ID onto the actual DOM. We'll actually make a component for you, like a some sort of JavaScript context, so we can store that for you, and you won't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think this way was better. Like actually tying data to the actual DOM and the actual objects may have been an interesting choice for sure. But
So Knockout JS kind of rocked this for quite a long while with putting everything in the DOM like this,
nice.
and yeah,
Well,
it didn't work out.
it didn't work out for him. Oh well.
It got
Well,
knocked
I'm
out.
glad someone tried it. Because I didn't know about that for a long time. But yeah, like
Right.
we said, let's jump into, I guess, where we create a comment. I think that's in like our post.tsx. At some point, I got to refactor this just to be a little bit more manageable because it's getting to a point where it's unruly as we keep adding more and more stuff. But I
Yeah.
guess
Something
anywhere. Yeah, go ahead.
I should add as well with this sort of thing that we're trying to test,
Hmm.
because I would think it's more of a unit we're trying to test, right? We're trying to test a unit of code, and
Ah,
this would fit a lot better in SQL. So using
yeah.
pgtap, but since we're not actually gonna cover this in this
We'll have
stream,
to do
but
we'll have to do that some other time because I actually want
yeah,
to understand what looks like because as you can tell if you watch any of these, I am not as comfortable with Postgres. Clearly, like I didn't even know if statements were a thing. So to me, there's something I like too about using like these end-to-end tests to actually test most of this stuff. There's no unit tests in any of what we've written so far, but I think you're largely right. I think most people would agree with you, Andrew, about this would
yeah,
be a better as a unit test. And PGTap, I guess, is a unit test framework for
for Postgres,
Postgres.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
And
Well,
it's actually it's built into the CLI as well. So if you run
oh,
list
interesting.
tests, it'll run a bunch of tests in the test directory.
How do you get to what is going on with my shells?
Whoop, whoop. What?
Why?
Can't have more than two?
Apparently not. Something's going on. Was it ZSH? Let's try a bash shell. No, I get no shells.
What?
None.
Maybe it's because you have them split.
Do you think so? I'm
Yeah,
worried.
to
I'm
get rid of,
scared to get rid of them.
get rid of one.
No. Okay, I'll get rid of the Tailwind one. We don't
The
probably
least
don't need that
valuable
one.
one. Try again now.
They're gone.
Oh, no.
Oh no, what's going on? Wait, can I just make a terminal
No.
normally? I guess so. Oh, I'm scared. Well, I don't even know what my directory is. Okay, let's. As we're using terminals today, y'all. Make this a little bit bigger. And what were we gonna do? I don't even remember.
You
Oh,
wanted
we
to
were
see
gonna check out.
Superbase that stuff.
Yeah, MPX Supabase help. Where is this? Where is it built in?
So it's just that Superbase test.
Supabase test. Okay, let's.
Yeah.
I want to take a look. Supabase test. So run tests on local Supabase containers. Supabase test command. Okay. Test local Supabase with PG tap. All right. So how does that work? Do we just like create files somewhere? Like
Yeah. So
matches a
it's just
pattern?
a yeah, it's just a I think it's a directory called tests inside of the Superbase directory.
Interesting. Okay, we're switching tracks. I want to understand PG tap. Can you teach
Are we
me,
going to do
Andrew?
this now?
Can you teach me? If you feel confident teaching me, I want to switch tracks and go down this road. Only
Right
if you feel
now?
comfortable. Yeah, okay, let's do you want to save it for next week instead?
Let's do it next week because
Okay,
I
let's do
think
it
today
next week.
our plan was to try and complete notifications. So yeah, I think next week
Fine.
this would be a good case to bring back to say, okay, maybe there's a security issue here, so we want to test it out with PG Tap to see how's that working out.
So yeah, sounds good. All right.
Yeah.
To do. I still kind of want to just dump in though the like just a data
Or the ID.
dash, yeah, just to get the user ID. I guess we could just do it here. Do we have like where's the context of the user? Is that post detail? Do post detail. I don't know. It must be somewhere in here. So we could just do here data dash user ID equals, and we have to evaluate it. What is the name of all this stuff? Params post detail data. That sounds right. Post detail data dot post dot author ID. Oh, I have author name, but not author ID. Oh no. I don't know if I actually get that author ID at any point now. If we
So you
trace this
might not
up.
have a security issue as you think then. As in,
Well, I mean,
it's a bit difficult to get someone's UUID, right? It's such a long string. Like
is it? I
it
feel like
is.
there's got to be
Can you?
somewhere where we're putting it in the data for sure. Like, don't give me that. We're not doing no security by obscurity. This is an amateur hour. We're not the government. No, this ain't right. Those IDs are public information. I just don't know how we'd be getting them now.
Are
So,
they?
well, yeah. I mean, they're on the notification information that we're sending out to folks. I think, aren't they? User ID? Maybe not. Maybe. Oh, okay. All right. Let's sidetrack. Let's sidetrack this whole thing. we've got ideas on how we can do this later, but let's not focus on the security issue. Let's try to figure out just how can we make sure that this is actually working right. I think the test case that we have, if we go to that, let's jump to our tests, notifications. So we just have the one test right now. That's the one we've been working through. I think we probably would need to do maybe some more validation here. Because right now we're just making sure the comments is there. I think the next step would be making sure. So we have the commenter page, and then we have the normal page. So that's the page of the original poster. I think at this point we should do something here where we should await, expect, and then the page for our original poster. Dot locator. We'll need to figure out some sort of selector for the text on our notification. So I'll just put like notification counter for now. We'll have to change that. But for the OP, so using the regular page, that should have a count of 1. I believe at this point we should say the commenter page using that same selector should have a count of 0. Right. And let's just take a look. Is there anything in the DOM right now we could put on this? Otherwise, we can throw a data E to E on here. But we're just looking for specifically this span right here, or this div. And who knows if we're going to end up changing the styles on this. So I don't want to use styles. So I think let's go into the component where we did this, and I'll just add like another attribute on there so we can find it. This was in the navbar component, I believe. And let's just look for, I think, SVG. Oh, we got a lot of SVGs in here. Maybe an SVG element. Does that narrow it down to 3? There it is. All right. So here's the notifications one. So we can say data notification count equals, and then this. Like so. And now we can go back to our test. I'll hit that button. And where we had sort of this placeholder, I believe it looks like something like this, like data, oh shoot, what did we call it again? Navbar, data notification count, like so. Data notification count equals 1. I guess here too, we might want to change this around as well. Because if we're actually building the count into that attribute, this would just have a count of 1, but the count here should be 0, I think. Does that make sense? You see what I did there, Andrew? You're looking confused.
Yeah, I'm confused by what just happened.
Okay.
Changing the to have count to 1 and oh right, now I got it. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just checking for this attribute specifically, right? So now, before I was thinking, okay, it should have, like, really the first way I did it just didn't make sense if you think about it. So yeah, I think this works.
So you're saying if there's an attribute on a div or something in the page with a count of 0, then the test is saying it's expecting that to be there for the commenter, right? That they shouldn't have any counts. The count should be 0.
Right. And like if we wanted to, in some other test, if we wanted to check like, okay, make sure someone can get like 20 notifications, to validate that, it would look like this essentially.
Okay.
Like we'll have to make sure this is reserved. So like this is the only place where we use this attribute. But like it's just checking like, okay, what's our notifications, and just changing this character right here, this number here, we'll be able to set that for us. You want to give it a shot? Let's see if that passes.
Let's see if it works.
Let's see. Oh, it didn't. It failed. Let's see where it failed. DOM exception. Failure to execute query selector all on. What does that say? This is not a valid selector. Did I do it wrong? How do you do
Add
those?
div before or something, right? Doesn't it have to be
I didn't think
outside of the
so.
square?
Let me see. Where else do I do this?
I normally just test in the browser as well. You can copy that selector, open the browser, and open your console and test if it works.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Copy it. And where'd Chromium go? Wait, that's my mobile one. Inspect. Go
Go
to
console, dollar sign. Oh, I just use the shortcut dollar sign. The jQuery dollar sign open close bracket works.
uh like that.
So inside there, yeah,
I
that's the
always just
thing.
use whatchamacallit. Fail to execute. It's not a valid selector. Interesting. Why is that? Does this one have to be in quotes maybe?
Probably.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
That was null actually because it should be null because this is the commenter. But this one, okay, there we go. That got it.
Yeah.
Killer. Okay, good call. I thought that would work if it was a number, but it's whatever. All right, let's play that again. See what that does for us. Oh, that worked.
It worked.
It worked.
That was quick.
Yeah. Look at that. It actually is longer than I thought.
Really?
Yeah, I wonder if it's because we're like screen sharing, but I would have expected this one. Like this was 2.5 seconds. I actually kind of expected this one to go quicker. I guess we are going through the whole login flow for 2 users though, so maybe that is part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good, I guess. Oh look, I didn't notice this. That actually gives us each step. It'll give us timings so we can figure out what's taking
Yeah.
the longest. Ah, that's neat. Give me a way to obsess over optimizing these even more. Great.
Fast.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you need it, right? Because like when you're
Yeah.
running a test in a CI, you want to know why is it taking so long. So at least this is helpful. You can optimize the bits that
Oh
you
yeah.
think. Oh.
When I first talked to Ant over at Supabase, actually one of the things I was talking to him about was how I was using like this approach. And I
Right.
also had like a way of like parallelizing each individual test inside of different machines using NX Cloud, like one of the products I work on at NX. So
Yeah.
lots of cool stuff to do over there, especially if you like optimization stuff. Do we just have a random semicolon here? Oh no, good,
No. No.
good, good. Cool. Do test. Maybe we can drop that one there and just copy, go off another way. I'm trying to think of what other thing we could do as an interesting test. I feel like
So
one
actually,
thing. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say go open in the actual notification and go into the page that it leads to. I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe we can actually just bake that into the test we already have. I think because that's kind of a continuation of the same thing. What do you think? Do you want to do that, or you want to have it separate?
I think a separate test.
Okay, let's do it. We'll do the exact same thing. But when we get here, we'll take another step. So the on the regular page, I guess we're going to want to open up the drop down. Like I guess it's just kind of going through what we'd actually do. So we'd
Yeah.
open up the drop down, inspect. It's probably a good way of getting that one. We'll give I'll put something on this button so we can hit that. Let's jump over to the nav bar again. So this button, we'll give it the data E2E notifications button, like so. Jump back over to the notifications test. So we'll say await page. Does that work? I always make locators first, but
No, that I've never tried this before. I always go the locator way as well.
Yeah. Let's do that then. I don't want to mess with trying something new. Not today, y'all. Uh, then we'll click on that. Wait the click. Right. And then we should do a similar thing but for the first notification. So let's go back to navbar. In here, notifications, show drop down. Here's the link, so that'll give us like a anchor tag, and we can say data ete equals notification notification post link maybe. Oops, didn't mean to do all that. Grab like so, and we can jump back to our notifications and await page dot locator, paste it in, dot click. And now we just want to make sure, at this point, we just want to make sure we ended up at the right page.
Yeah.
Which I guess we could just do something like grab over here. Is this that's the commenter, I guess. Here's the actual user. So we click on here, we click on this. We should be here. We're already there, so we actually don't move. Because that notification is for the one we're on right now, actually. So yeah. I think, okay, two things are occurring to me here, Andrew. Number one, we have no way of turning this notification off. Like really, once we've clicked on it, that should go to 0 again, right?
Yeah.
The other thing that's occurring to me is the possibility of shipping this today has gone out the window. Because there's definitely a whole other aspect of this that I just didn't anticipate, and that's fine. But yeah, I guess maybe the test would be
Maybe it shouldn't go. Maybe you shouldn't click the link. Maybe you should just check that the link, the notification, the last one contains a certain string, right?
We could say that, yeah. I do want to check the link still too. Like I'd love to do, like we actually don't care about this because we have our other test checking this. Probably awaiting the comments makes sense. But what I kind of want to do here is like go back to home.
Right.
And then we can like test that the link works because that's actually valuable. And then, but then, yeah, like what you're saying. So at this point, we'd like make sure you're on the right page. And somewhere in here, this could actually maybe even be up here, or maybe even in our other test. I wonder if that actually makes more sense to go right up here. Because if we're checking to see that we have the one, almost makes sense to click it here and just be like, okay, what does it say? Like that seems like, did we display the notification correctly? Maybe this test, and this test could then be, does the clicking on that notification link take you to the right place? Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's try to do that here. So we'll say something along the lines of like here's our locator for it. So I'll just copy and paste that over here. We'll say constant notification link equals, well, this will just be the locator. Then we gotta like check the text on that locator. How do we do that again? Notification link dot text.
You can do something like contains.
Yeah.
We can run an expect. So instead of just typing that, so we do an expect and wrap the notification link inside of the expect.
like that.
Yeah, remove the okay, the text content. Yeah, then it's dot to contain.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
And then
and this can be a
whatever.
partial match.
Yeah. Well, what did we make it though? Well, actually, let's look at the. Let's look over here. Uh,
So we can check for
Commenter
test post, right?
commented. What's that?
We can just check for test post. But
We
that's
could
part
check
of
for
the.
test post. We could also check for commenter commented on the on the post. Like we could actually, we know it'll always be this actually. So I almost wanted to just have it to be, to be this. You cool with that?
Yeah.
Let's do it. To be, I wonder if I have chosen interestingly a font that only has capital letters, so that was a bad choice for a message board probably, especially one where with case sensitive usernames. No one's impersonated me yet though, so that's good. You could totally be like Zach with like a little a or a little z and a big A. I think that would you'd look exactly like me.
So let's use to have text instead of to be.
Okay. Uh, like that you mean to have
Yeah, to
text?
have text. Yeah,
Sure.
it has the option to make it case insensitive, just in
Oh,
case.
nice.
Yeah. See, I'm the
That's why you
learning
wanted
thing,
to do
right?
it. I was like, really, Andrew? Does that really matter? Fine, we'll do it your way. Okay, cool. But this is like an options. I'm gonna guess then.
Yep.
Use intertext.
Wait, where's? Hold on.
Oh wait,
Why
there
is
it
it not
was.
showing? It's there.
It
Yeah.
it was
Oh, ignore
above
me.
for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah. So sometimes IntelliSense does that, where it gives you like it hides the first item in the list for some
Right.
ungodly reason. But that's what was happening. I think part of it is just we're kind of zoomed in because it's
Yeah.
a live stream. Normally, just so you know, just so everyone knows, so I can get my like cred back. This is what I normally work with, but there ain't no
What?
way y'all are able to watch that, right? So I'm coming back here.
That's really small.
I have really good eyes. I have terrible hearing, but really good eyes. So that's
I'm
normally
the
where I get
opposite.
to. Oh yeah.
I have really good hearing, but
Oh
eyes not great.
yeah. Well, it's not great my way either. It leads to a lot of awkward social interactions where I like pretend I heard what someone said, but not really. I gotta start reading lips or something with my excellent eyesight. That would fix all this. But yeah, okay, that looks good. We got that in place. Let's adjust this here too. So going back to the homepage, I guess we can just. I mean, we could send it the URL, but kind of want to click whatever this is. What is this? Do you have a? I feel like you would have a nice locator on you already. ID equals logo. That works for me.
Boom.
Await page dot locator, and we'll say logo dot click, and then we'll click on that, and then we'll make sure we're on the right page. So how will we do that? I guess we could just check for like a header that says test comment, because we know it's always going to be that. So let's see. So we click here, we click this, and I guess it's test post would be what we're looking for. Inspect. This is going to be like an H3. Are these all H3s? No. This is the only... Wait, is this an H3? Yeah, it's an H3, but it doesn't matter because that one's always going to have the same thing. This one... I think this is what we want. H3 with the context test post. We might need to put some sort of attribute on there. What are you thinking here, Andrew? There's a way to do like has text, right?
Yeah, in the locator itself, you can
Yeah.
do
Yeah, you're right. Locator. Let's give it like an H3. Yeah, there you go. Hey, we just needed to start typing and let Copilot do all the work. What are we worrying our pretty little heads over this for? This is easy. Cool. So we want to have that. I guess this actually needs to be
But
like an
that should be a
expect.
constant, right? Because you want to check, you want to test it. Yeah, you'd probably put that in the expect.
Yeah, and like this is the way you like check to make or something's on there to have count one. I wish there was a better. I wish there was like expect to exist. would be
Right, right.
would be nice for reading this because I always have to bend my brain a little bit. That's maybe my one complaint of the Playwright API because everything else I love about it. But
I
yeah,
normally I normally use the actual selector and actually test if it has the text rather than being a part of the selector. So I'll put the
I think
to
that's a
have
better test. Let's go
yeah.
back and do that because I was going to do that, but then I was like, we got too many H3s. But I was like, okay, that doesn't matter. But I think you're right. I think it probably matters. It's cleaner this way. So let's go to the post. We can change that real quick. Let's just find the H3. I don't think there's that many of them. There it is. We'll just call this like the data E2E post title.
Yeah. As I was looking into this, I was like, I wish I haven't checked, but I wish there was like a component library that has all these test attributes built in. You know,
Yeah.
the data hyphen something, so that when you're using a testing framework, every single item on the page would have some sort of data attribute with a test
It
stuff.
seems like it would be a good like AI project, honestly. Like just say, hey, go through my code base and make sure everything has a good, like all the data's there in the DOM. Um, like the only downside of that is you're like going to increase your bundle size. So maybe it's
Right.
like a step you'd only do for like a development build, maybe. But I don't know. You get weird. You can go weird with this stuff. I don't think it's that big a deal at the end of the day. What were we doing? Say page locator. Yeah, and we'll say await, expect, and like the other one, we'll say to have text. Right? Is that what you're
Yeah.
thinking?
Yeah.
To have text, like so. I don't know what the case is, so we're gonna throw on that option again. Ignore true. And then we can get rid of this. Is that right? One too many
I think yeah.
parentheses.
There you go.
Cool.
Boom.
All right. And last step, we copied and pasted, so I need to give these different names. Should show notification when another user comments on your post. This one should be something like clicking on a notification link takes you to the post the notifications about. Notifications about. Why are you still red? This is concerning. Okay, it's gone. I guess I
Oh,
was
there we
just
go.
waiting.
It's gone.
Yeah, this is my insanely fast typing speed. I'm actually a terrible typer. If you haven't noticed, I get really subconscious about that, but it's all right. Let's hit the play on here, and we'll get to
Boom.
see what we can get. No,
Let's
we're
go.
failing. We failed something there.
We're gonna fail again if
Failed
the
that
first
one
one
too.
fail. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what went wrong. Browser has been closed. What the? Maybe let's do this. We'll set a breakpoint here, and we'll hit because that failed on the first test, right? We'll hit
Yeah.
the debugger. And we'll hit the breakpoint. Expect comment to have one. What the? That should be fine, right? All right. Step. Stick that to have count 1. Yeah. Oh no. Wait. Oh my goodness. It's because we have the debugger in there, really? Did you see why that's failing?
Do we still have that debugger?
Yeah, it looks so. Looks like it. Made it all the way to prod almost. Let's go kill it wherever it is. There it is. All right, let's try running those tests again. It's weird that we only hit that now, but stop. We'll rerun. Okay.
But that's
Oh, you're breaking up for me. Sorry. What did you say there? You there, Andrew? Test test.
yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
No
Internet.
worries. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why we're failing here
Oh, it's on
still.
again. Oh my gosh.
Still kind of hear you.
My internet's a bit flaky right now, it seems.
No worries. Uh, just stepping through tests. I think we got past where we had the issue. I wonder what that issue was. Unknown engine data E2E while parsing selector. Unknown engine. Huh. Oh yeah, because we did put it in the brackets. Makes sense. I imagine we actually made that mistake elsewhere as well. How do I close that? There we go. I'll just keep talking to myself until Andrew gets back. No big deal. But I imagine the notification link. No, I guess we don't use it over here. Oh, no, we do. There's the brackets we'll need. Okay. Hit save. Oh, we'll need it here too, obviously. Save it. And let's hit a stop and we'll try it again. Andrew, we see your empty room now if you can hear us. Did I just play them all? Dang it. I did not mean to do that. It's alright. We can just stand here in awe of how awesome they are. There it fails again. Expect to have text. Browser has been closed. Vacation link equals page.locator. Interesting. Are you back now, Andrew? We can kind of hear you, I think. Oh, maybe I'm lying. All right. Still failing these. Oh, just failing one. Just failing one now. And keep getting the browser has been closed, which I didn't think it should have been closed.
I think okay. I think I'm
You
back
back? Awesome.
now.
So the issue was we missed some braces inside of our selectors, but now we're consistently having this issue, which is surprising. The error is browser has been closed. Expect to have text. Browser has been closed.
What if we comment out the lines that we just added to see if it's related to this whole browser has been closed?
Yeah, well, I guess where would that be? Because these ones were working. Well, these two are the only lines we really added, right? So
Yeah.
well, I guess we can make sure that's working. But I'm pretty sure that will be because we got to that point. It's just a matter of like the notification link somehow. Oh wait, maybe you're right. No, that passes. I forgot the
Oh my.
browser just kind of stays open. Um,
Okay, so let's add the first one. Yeah,
just the first one.
yeah, just the first one.
Well, that'll definitely work. We're just declaring a locator and doing nothing with it, Andrew. That- okay, that worked. Let's try it now. I bet we'll fail again, and I'll have no idea why again. Waiting. Browser
It's
has
taking
it's
too
not
long.
closed. The browser's right here. Is this? Oh, I must be hitting like the wrong page object. Is that? Could that be right?
It's taking too long. Um,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Com.
yeah, so it's timing out.
Did you see that? Commenter, commenter.
What's that missing? Oh no.
Yeah, we just misspelled something.
But that's weird that it would time out due to that and not just tell
No,
us that.
I think it makes sense because it's the last step in the thing. So what it should have said was like this timed out.
Yeah.
Like that would have been a much more helpful error message because then we would have immediately known what went wrong. But but yeah, this expect the browser has closed. I think we just got that just because it's the last thing, and it's weird
Right.
because the
Okay.
browser's still open. I don't know. It does seem like an issue on Playwright side, but
Yeah.
we figured it out. I think. Let's try it again.
Did we?
We'll find out. I'm pretty confident. If not, it's because we misspelled something else. All right, let's see what else we misspelled. Not this one. Commenter commented on the post. Test post. What did we do wrong? It looks right to me. Maybe there is
Me
something
too.
weirder going on. Commenter, copy. I don't know if there's anything different about that, but copying and pasting seems safer.
Looks the same.
Failed.
Boom.
Um,
I think maybe it's having an issue matching the text. Uh,
oh, maybe it's yeah. Okay, let's try that.
oh,
Coming back.
wait. Can we see? So what happened? No, no, no. I know what it is.
Yeah.
We need to click it first. Like if you go back to your
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we definitely do. You're right. We definitely
not
need.
showing
It's just
anything,
this
right?
one.
It's like it doesn't
Yeah, that
exist.
makes sense. That makes sense. Fair enough. Notification link. So we need to add that here, so we can click it to open the drop down. All right,
Yeah.
let's try that.
I hope that's it.
I think it is. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yay!
we did it. All right.
Cool.
Next piece, I guess, would just be once you've done this, maybe we can. I kind of just want to add on to this one at this point, but
Okay.
I want to do this now. I know this will fail because I know we're definitely not touching this piece yet, but I don't think it would be that hard to do. Count should be 0, right?
All right. So it should be reset once you click the link.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be weird, like the original case we saw where you get the notification while you're on the page you're actually on. I guess that's probably when you click it. It should wait until you click it to actually do it. But this case, either way, it should really be too. Like even if you went to that page
Mhm.
after Well, I don't know. Maybe they want to still see the notification. I'm saying, like, should we clear out the notification if they happen to go to that link without clicking on the notification link? You know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe
Yeah.
it should, but it could go either way. This is where I'm like, my UX skills just fall over.
Hold on 1 second. I think I might have a notification up on Stack Overflow. I want to see what happens if I go to the page without clicking on the link.
Yeah, see what happens. Well,
No, I don't have any.
lame. Let me try mine. Dude, I never go to Stack Overflow anymore. I was realizing, and this was definitely a huge part of my learning at some point in my life.
Yeah.
Excuse me. No, I don't. Um, I don't
Let
have
me
any
see if I have any
notifications either.
notifications on my Reddit. I have 2 notifications on my Reddit.
Perfect.
Uh, but where are they? So I'm gonna click on the notification thing and not click on the links.
Okay.
Okay, I can see. Okay, I'm gonna try and go to where I think I know where the notifications are. So I'm gonna try and go to the page directly and see if it clears
Okay.
my Reddit.
Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for.
You reply to comment and you can do API calls inside. Um, this is seemingly harder than I thought it would be to find the actual comment. But it has so many comments. Come on. Side of the database. Come on, this is almost an exact string. Why aren't you finding it, Reddit?
This is why I should have never made a Reddit clone. I know what I should have cloned Twitter. Twitter would have been a good one.
Yeah. I'm trying to get
But
to
Twitter would
the
definitely be broken right now if we were doing Twitter.
again.
Spicy.
Yes.
Nah, I actually think for the most part, like the complaints about Twitter being flaky have been overblown. Like it was kind of like this before Elon came on. It's fine. No one really cares.
Some things, yes, I do agree.
Yeah. It does feel like they're
You
trying a lot more stuff, which feels like it's causing more things to break. Which, yeah, I've never been like, oh man, I hate Twitter now. It's always broken. I have been like, oh, that's interesting. My DMs are gone. But
Oh yeah, that's happened to me before as well.
yeah, yeah. For the most part, I was just not seeing. A lot of people were talking about issues, and I just wasn't seeing any of them. So I guess it was a couple days ago where most of the internet was out. But
Okay, so I found it. Oh my gosh.
yeah, what does it do?
So when you go to it, the notification still remains,
Okay.
which makes sense to me, right?
Yeah.
Because you haven't actually
That's probably a lot easier to code, to be honest,
yeah.
too. They're probably both just as easy. So
Yeah.
we'll do that. We'll make sure. I guess. I guess the test that we have here is kind of good enough to test most of this.
Yeah.
We'll just need
I
to
think
have it. Yeah, go ahead.
I think unless you explicitly click on the link,
Hmm.
it doesn't go back to zero, right? It's
Right.
still um, it's still there as a notification. You have to actually click on it for it to go
Gotcha.
away.
That makes sense. So we'll have it set up so that, like, let's look at this. Just doing this, like opening it and closing it out, that won't do anything. But
Exactly.
when we click on this, at this point, I guess two things should happen. Number one, the drop down should close, I would think. And number
Yep.
two, that should go to zero. So
Yeah.
right now, neither of those things are happening. So we'll go fix that. So maybe I don't know if I've worked with React Router in this specific case before, where we wanted to like link to something and we wanted to do something on click. But hopefully that's just as easy as adding an on click here. Guess we'll find out. Um, Notifications. So here's our link. So this is the link we'll have. And we'll say here on click equals and set drop down false. Yes, we do want to do that. But we also want to take our Supa client dot this guess just from, right? Like we
Yeah.
should just touch that table directly.
Yeah. I think so.
Notifications, update. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, keep going, Copilot.
Ooh. It knows.
It does. And this is this
Equal or a match, whichever you want to use.
okay? Match post ID,
There you go.
and then we need to then it, or else it ain't gonna do nothing. But yeah, I think that's all we need, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's give it a try. Press the button. Well, no, in like 2 seconds.
Fail.
Nope, it just exploded. Nothing even showed up. What happened? Did we destroy everything? Okay, we're getting further than we did last time. Failed. Okay. So I don't think this on click works on the link.
Right.
I guess what can we
What
do?
you could do is just change this to a normal link and then use the React router, the router itself, and tell it to go to the actual path after doing the update on click. So you use router.push and pass it what you have there in the 2 currently.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to lose the accessibility of that because, like, this does have the benefit of, like saying where it's gonna go, right?
Yeah.
Well, here's what I was thinking. I don't know if this will work either, but I was thinking throw this on click on the div, right above it. You know what I'm saying? What say you?
Is that going to hinder the link from working?
I don't think
that'll be
so.
the next issue that could happen.
Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. If it don't work, we could try it. We could try what you mentioned. I think that would work. I just don't want to lose the href. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No. Why does sometimes the browser just not come up though? I think I gotta close them manually for some reason. That's weird. Okay. It's closing. Right? But that's still the one. Let's check here. What's going on? Inspect. Network. Did this not work? Oh wait, there's a whole error stack. We should probably look at that. Method of notifications. Did we not give these a key? Dang it. We totally didn't. Notifications. Does this have an ID? I don't know if that would actually cause it. That was the only one. So probably not. Let's just try it just to ease my mind. But I think this is probably not going to work. Mm.
I mean, the click wouldn't work on that dip. If you look at what we're doing, we're saying the notification post link is where we're clicking, right? The data hyphen E to E, you have that on the link, not on the div. So you'd have to move that, right? Line 283,
283.
that would need to move on to the div instead of this link if we're going to be clicking it.
Would that not bubble up?
Nah,
No, you're right. That won't bubble
not
up.
from a click perspective. No.
Yeah, gotcha. Um, I just let me humor me here. Well, it'll take us what 3 seconds. I guess it'd take longer if it times out, but what is this doing?
Whoa, failed so quickly?
Yeah, should not happen. Something's going on with these browser windows. I don't know what it is. It was working so well before. Okay. We killed that one now, too. We're breaking everything. Why? What's going on?
It's the data E to E. It can't pick it up anymore on the link.
Yeah.
And we're checking for the text content of the link, right? So
Yeah. You're right. All right, let's do what you said. So inside of the onClick, we'll move this back down. Copy, and drop it here. You can get rid of the 2 like you mentioned. And wait, does link need a 2? I guess so. So you're saying just turn it into like an anchor, and we'll here. Do we have the router already? Router. I guess we gotta use the hook here now.
yep, use router.
Where's our notifications? Router. Use router.
What? It's not available?
I was definitely using this at some point before. Use router. Maybe not. Somewhere there's got to be something with a router. Router provider. Port router.
I mean, that's what I use in Next.js. I don't know. From app?
Yeah, what is that? Create browser router. Can I just import that? I didn't think so.
I guess so.
Okay, let's do it. This stuff will never make sense to me. But port router dot push. Did that not get imported?
There's an app on line 3.
Yeah. Something must be messing some stuff up here. Router push doesn't exist. What do we got on here then? Fetch. I guess we could call navigate.
I get. Oh, okay, maybe. I'm coming from a Next.js perspective, hence why I mentioned push.
Yeah. I haven't messed with Next.js too much, so yeah, I don't know. Let's try that, and let's try it here. I still don't like that. There must be some way of doing that, but I'm just too lazy to open up the React docs, I guess. Did that work? No. What's the other window? So when we click, oh. Where did that try to send us? Posts. That's where it should be going. No, it should be going to message board / okay. Message board. try that. It's interesting. It's like it's not getting here though, right?
Hmm.
Like the test isn't getting here. Like it's not actually clicking on this notification post link. Copy. If we go to our test, notification post link. Oh my gosh.
We aren't clicking on it.
Nope. That'll do it.
You need to await that click.
Yeah. So we open it and we were seeing that. Then we
Yeah.
have the locator, and then we expect it to have some text, and then we click it. And then okay, that should be it. I wonder if our link was working the whole time.
True. With the on
We could
click on
try
it and then
yeah.
navigate, it probably works.
Let's try reverting it. What now? Do we break it again?
What? 404.
Message board. Posts. Ugh. Copilot is breaking my balls today. Copilot, what's going on?
This is in the nav bar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Nav bar. There we go.
280. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Let's try this. Let's make sure this works first, and then we'll try going back to a link.
Yeah.
Did that work?
No.
Looks like no.
What is it? What is it saying this time around? Or I think close your browsers first and then try again.
Yeah. Well, let me. Okay. So the thing's not going back down to 0. I guess that's probably the issue, but everything else looks like it's right now. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say when you go to the homepage and click on it, it definitely brings you back to this page, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Post not found. That's probably.
That's from the update.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. If we do this and click post votes. Oh, well, it's getting all of these other things, but is this it right here? The patch?
No, it's it. Yeah, that should be it. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So response, preview. Wait. Why didn't we get anything back? Headers. Well, we got the 204.
Oh wait, let's see the code again that we're posting.
Yeah. Navbar.
Is it called post ID in the database? Is that what the columns called?
Let's find out. Localhost. I guess we could have checked the SQL.
54322.
54323, right?
Okay, yeah.
54323 default, and let's go here, and we're going to look at notifications. Post ID.
Yeah, this post ID. And what's our rules, our RLS rules here for this table?
Navigate. Notifications.
I was going to say we could do it from the UI.
I'm already here. Users can see their own notifications. Auth equals user underscore ID. I think that's right.
Right. That's for select. For insert.
Yes.
Anyone can insert. Okay, so that shouldn't be an issue.
Well, we need to update actually, right? We don't have anything for update right now.
True. So no one could update.
Yeah, that's not good. With I never know whether to use with check or using, but do you know?
I think for updates, it's with check as well.
Okay,
It's not using. I think using is only in select policies.
gotcha. Excuse me. Um. Okay. This doesn't seem right, does it? Anyone should be able to write notifications. Any kind of notifications. I don't know.
Nah, yeah, you probably want authenticated users. Can't remember how you write that. There's a way how to write it to say only authenticated users can write notifications.
Yeah, I think with at the very least it should be like, and they should only be able to write a notification for themselves. I feel like, right? Um, Would it make sense for someone to write a notification to someone else? Oh, maybe it does.
Yeah, it is going to someone else. It's as
Didn't we
in
didn't we change that so that inside of the like these functions are the ones that are doing that and they're using the just security definer. So they
right. So it bypasses that. Yeah.
yeah, so they shouldn't need this. We do need it for updating because we want to actually just go right to the table for that. I think we could just get rid of the insert altogether, right?
Yeah.
And I think we could probably do that for this one too. Um, let's try that. I guess we need to DB reset now.
Yep.
It's
But isn't that part of your test script?
No, my test script will truncate the contents of our database. But if we
Ah.
wanted to change the DDL, that's when we got to do the DB reset. So
Yeah.
because we changed the migration, I think we got to run it. So we'll
Okay.
run
Cool.
npx, well, supabase,
DB
DB.
reset.
I'm still curious about why I can't get terminals in VS Code. That's interesting, but still doesn't like it. Oh, maybe it's because we did something dumb. Oh yeah, duh. We started
Oh, we're
writing
trying to
our
write
if
that
statement.
if.
What do I do here? Then, yeah, that looks good. I don't know.
Yeah, what it just wrote. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That seems like magic. Like the fact that the
Just blow
syntax
up.
is real is like blows my mind.
So, this will what you call it? It'll bubble all the way back up to the API level. So you should get that exception that was raised.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So like we'd see it in like the response.
Yeah.
That came back. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And so like we could put any string in there, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Neato. All right. Where's the terminal? Hey, that wasn't
worked.
painful
Woo-hoo.
at all. Look at that. Let's hit that. Still failing. The windows didn't even pop up. Come on, you were doing so well, playwright. What happened? Okay. Wait, did that work?
I don't know. No.
No. Where's the other window?
Where's
Why's
the
there
other
only one
window?
window? I don't even know what's happening anymore. All right, come on. One more try. Where are we failing?
Why are we getting only one window?
I think because we're not getting far enough.
Can we actually see the test itself when you run it, so it shows where the error is happening?
Yeah. Well, let's open the. There we go. Wait for URL. Board post timeout of notifications. Line 11. Notifications. 11. That right?
So let's see your create post function. What is that calling?
It's like a whole subroutine kind of to go out and do this. So it had been doing all that stuff before just fine. I wonder if it was counting on there being like a link though. Probably was. No, because that we didn't change any of that. This is
No,
all
no. I
just
think
was the new thing.
it's failing because the RLS policies that we just removed. I'm almost certain
Oh, really?
it's affecting something.
You think
So
so?
I
Yeah.
think if we open your browser manually and just try to create a post and see
Yeah.
what happens.
That's a good point. Network. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there we go.
Response. User ID. Column user ID does not exist.
What? Oh, okay. Come back.
Yeah, I know what that is.
This is in your yeah,
Yeah.
in your if that we just created.
Yep. Yep. So this is where user. Oh my goodness. User ID like this, right? Oh
So
no.
user ID is $1 in this case. Oh yeah, or you can write user ID.
Yeah, I
Wait,
see
but
what
you
you're
have
saying.
it
No,
there.
let's do it like that. Yeah, it was like this before. So
Oh right. Oh okay. You can write it as that, but you'd have to wrap it in quotes.
yeah, I'll just use the $1 because otherwise I get confused. All these different ways of doing this is like super confusing to me. Actually, that's like one of the things I hate about Postgres the most. Like, there was something I had to do at some point, which was like in the case where, yeah, like this thing in the case of a conflict, because the variable had the same name as one of my columns, is like telling it how
Right.
to resolve that conflict. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh, so yeah, I think probably something that would be useful for us to write in our guides because I think it exists for Postgres already, but just like best practices when
mm-hmm.
dealing with tables, because a lot of people tend to use Prisma, and Prisma creates table names with a uppercase, and then they're like querying stuff, and they're like, "Oh, it's not working," and it's just missing the string, right?
Right. It needs to be wrapped in double quotes for
Yeah,
table name.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah, it's so confusing. That's so unintuitive. I don't get how y'all have lived with that for as long as y'all have in Postgres worlds. But okay, that looks good. Let's try that
yeah.
again. So we'll need to open up. Where's my terminal at? Reset.
Let's reset.
Boom, boom. Okay, well, now let's see if we get a little further. We should.
Come on,
Oh
come
God,
on,
where are these windows?
work. Where are the windows?
Get out of here. Go.
Where are the windows at? There we go.
Nah, it's still
We
failing.
failed again.
Let's see what it says now. Inspect. Um. Network's right there. Duh. Create new post. Not allowed now. Okay. Guess because we are inserting. All right, let's put the security rules back in. The ones I got rid of. It
Wait,
must have been doing
wait, but
something.
that not allowed is coming from our
Oh yeah,
scroll
you're
up.
right. Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Which
wait. How do you do not equals? Is it like this? There's some ridiculous way of doing not equal to,
so
right?
I literally have to Google this every time.
I think it's
Literally.
this. I'm betting it's this. You googling it? I'll Google race you. Not equals in Postgres. Comparison functions and operators. Yeah, found it. That's it, right?
If you found it, then that's
You see my
what have you
screen?
found? No, because I'm still Googling.
I found it. Just look at my screen, man.
Okay. Okay, I've seen it now. Oh, or the other one would work as well. It's claiming the one that right below.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'll do it the Postgres way because I want to feel fancy. I'll do it like this. All right, yeah, that makes sense. Duh.
It does not make sense.
If they are trying to update their own information, then kick them out. That's what we just wrote. It's all right. All right. We are going. Wait, did that do it?
What? Go. Come on.
No.
No. What?
Nope. It looks like it did what it was supposed to do, but I guess our test still failed somewhere because that's a 0. This is actually the user, so we succeeded in doing this. I wonder actually if the way the timing works out, like once we click on this, it's actually got to do a round trip because we're sending the signal to update the table, but then we need to wait for the WebSocket to send us something. And first of all, it looks like this WebSocket is just borked. I think that may be because of the DB reset. And those lines we removed.
No way. No way.
And those lines we removed about resetting the things that were working perfectly fine before. Andrew.
No. I'm not buying it. No.
Well, there's definitely something wrong with the WebSocket, and I'm not sure what it is. So
let's manually test this in a new
but
window.
hang on. Wait. Did we never even wait. We never even made a comment. Yeah, the WebSockets just aren't working right now. That's the issue. That's one of the issues we've had. We've had the other issues that we've fixed, but I think we've had this WebSocket issue for a while, ever since we started resetting the database.
Bring the code back. Bring the code back.
I want to say I actually don't know if that'll fix it. I think we got to do like a Supabase stop and Supabase start. if my experience is that's not what we wanted. If my experience was any indicator, where did we remove this from? It was up here, right? Yeah. We can. I think you're right about we can get rid of that. Let's try that. All right, and let's try that with the. We'll try the DB reset just so I can show you. It's definitely the DB reset. And when this fails, we'll do a stop and start.
Me and Bobby tested this, and it definitely.
Sure, you did. I don't know. Maybe I've got an outdated version. I haven't updated it in a couple of weeks. Possible. But...
What? Are you working on an outdated version of the CLI?
I mean, I updated it a couple of weeks ago. What version are y'all on?
We release multiple quite often, so
can't be updating it every day, bro.
But
where is it?
Let's not try and upgrade on the stream. It is gonna break.
Yeah, y'all have like 3 major versions since then, or not major, but what do you call these? Minor. Yeah. This is what I get for choosing bleeding edge technology. I just can't keep up. But yeah, let's run the tests so I can prove to you that DB reset ain't working. And then
that we're listening to your feedback, Zach.
What's that?
We're listening to your feedback and we're implementing them, so we have new versions like every week. Just
Killer.
for you.
Well, one of these days, I'll get around to updating those. Until that day, we are stopping and starting Supabase, I guess.
I somewhat think it's your terminal, though. I'm gonna start blaming your terminal.
No, something is messed up with my terminal. You're not wrong there, but I don't think that's causing this. I have no idea what that is. That is a new thing I've not seen before.
As soon as you commit this today, I'm gonna pull this project out on my computer. I'm gonna remove the lines that I said, and I'm gonna test it. And if it works for me, then it's your terminal.
Okay. Good luck. I mean, you can do it now. This is happening again.
What?
This is what you get from DB resetting. All right, let's see if it works now. Let's see if I was right, Andrew. Let's see who is right here.
I hope you were right.
At this point, I do too. There you go.
Oh. Is the post created?
Looks like it. Um, Post not found in post detail loader. Got something weird there. So
But our real time stuff is working again.
yeah, real time stuff is working again. It looks
Okay.
like what is this? Network. Yeah, real time stuff's definitely working again. We're not having those issues anymore. But what is
Okay.
this? Post not found. Uh, if error, throw new error, post not found. Get single post with comments. I'm guessing there's something about the RLS stuff we added in that's making this stuff fail, right? Uh,
Yeah.
get a single post with comments. It doesn't. It
Well,
doesn't like that we're trying to read some of this stuff now.
but the other stuff that we added in doesn't have anything to do with this function or this table that this is reading from, right? We added
It.
stuff to the notifications.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it might. Uh, what did we do? Users can see their own notifications. Yeah, you're right. Users can see their own notifications start them.
It's all notification stuff.
Yeah. Why is that happening now?
Can we try just clicking on the link in that browser,
Sure.
as in the notification itself, and see what happens?
Oh, I see. You're talking about
The-
uh, see, I'm not really quite sure what's triggering that. Aside from like, I think we could probably hit if we refresh. No, maybe not. Test because this is the commenter. How did they get? How are they getting that?
So that works, right? The commenter.
Looks like it worked. There's
If you
definitely an error there for our
click on those
commenter.
notifications in this window, let's see if. Well, I think you're already on the page, but I think notification should be one now.
It should be, yeah. If that works, let's just see. We're probably sending too many network requests here too. But notifications, options. That's a pre-flight.
Well, we don't get a response unless we put a select after the insert.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But that's okay, right? Like we don't actually need the response. We just need to get the thing from the WebSocket to let us know. And like if the WebSocket is working, because if we do that, we'll get a third one. So the
Yeah.
WebSocket's playing. I wonder if the WebSocket's not listening for update events though. Um, or
I think
maybe it's not handling them correctly.
I think you said it's the star, right? Which should be everything.
I know, but I'm wondering if like that. I'm wondering if like here, if our event type is update. Um, yeah, that's not right. Right?
We want to get rid of that one, right? We want to remove.
Yeah, it need to be something like inner notifications equals inner notifications dot map notification. If notification equals the old ID, return temp.new, otherwise return notification. I think that's what we'd want to do. Maybe that's our
Um,
issue.
would we? We wouldn't return anything, would we? If the notification. if it's a notification has been read, we don't want to return it, and we need to get rid of it, right? So we only want to filter out. We wouldn't map. We'd do a filter.
Yeah, well, that filter would be. I
Wouldn't
think
wouldn't update and delete be the same then? 'Cause-
I don't think so because I think like the notifications we actually still want to see them in the list. I think probably we just want it to like it should be bolded
oh,
if they haven't seen it
right. Okay.
before, you know.
Okay. I get it now.
So and that's a whole other step we'll need to figure out. But I think this should be helpful there because before we were just depending onto it. I
Yeah.
think that actually would explain what we were seeing. Um, let's see, because maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Let's try running it again now, and let's just see what happens. We'll let the chips fall where they may. If the browser opens, there it goes. Okay. Uh,
No.
Let me see. If we go to, whoops, let's try going into the nav bar and just see what is happening in here.
Right.
Let's set those ones. It's not triggering. Why aren't we getting updates? That's weird. Event type. Events is star. Scheme is public. I imagine if we did something here, we'd catch. Event type is insert. So we're just not getting updates when they happen, and they should be happening. Let's check here. Actually, let me play this, and we can see inside of the notifications here. It should have no, it doesn't have a red at.
Oh, so it's not updating. So I think our policy might be off, but
I actually wonder if it's like a timestamp thing. What do you need timestamps as?
you can just pass a new date.
A new date? Is that what we're doing? When we click on it? So I have the nav bar and the on click. On click.
Yeah, that should work. New date to ISO string. That should work.
Oh, it'll take a string too?
Yeah, that should work. I mean, if you
Okay.
if you removed it to ISO string, I think the library JavaScript library will convert it for you.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, let's put a select there so we can. That way, we'll at least be able to see what comes back, right?
Yeah.
In the network tab. I guess we can just refresh at this point. Refresh. And network. Click. Notifications. Here. I still don't see anything there, right?
Clear out the console first. I mean the network, so we can just see the new stuff. Yeah.
Payload.
Why is there no response?
I don't know. Is there never a response on a patch? I don't know. I don't remember.
With a select, you should get a response.
Yeah. So we got the select, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but I never saved. Whoops. Sorry.
I thought everyone had an autosave like me.
No, get out of here with that autosave, man. That's not cool. That ain't cool. Yeah, it looks like it's coming back fine.
With nothing. So the RLS failed.
Oh, is that what that means? Well,
Yeah.
it's not the RLS failed, right? We would have gotten an error if the RLS failed. This looks like it didn't find a match, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Hence why it would be empty. Do we need to explicitly here put post ID colon post ID? I don't know how.
I don't think so, but I do think like if we look at the composite key or the what makes up a unique identifier for notifications, I don't know if this is sufficient. I don't know if that matters or not, but do you understand what I'm saying? And maybe I'm just misunderstanding.
As long as the notification has a ID as
Post
a
ID,
yeah, so that should work.
we wouldn't need like the actual primary key to uniquely identify it.
I don't know.
Let's give it a try. I think we probably have. It's probably not that hard to get that information here. So if we match ID is equal to notification. Oh, I guess that's just ID.
It's just ID, right? Yeah.
Yeah, let's try that. Refresh it. And still empty. And what do we send over? Red at ID equals copy. Let's just see if that matches the dashboard value. Is this right? We probably clobbered things a couple times since then. Yeah, that's right. It matches.
So okay, I think update requires using and with check.
Using what?
So, and the policy, the RLS policy, it needs to have using and with check. So both of them, right?
Ah, I see. Okay. For here.
Yeah.
Like this, you mean?
Yeah.
Does that work too?
Yeah.
Y'all need to figure this stuff out, man. just be going all crazy like that. Start. Because I ain't doing no DB reset. I want to keep my WebSockets up. Thank you, Andrew.
You're in an outdated version.
Oh, please. We'll try it again later. Didn't like that. Create policy, writing notifications.
I think you need to put a for. So it's for update using. Do you already have that? Right. For update. Oh yeah, that
doesn't like something about it. What does it say? Error syntax near using.
Wait, does using come before? So using comes before with check?
So it does matter? Okay. I mean, it makes me feel better to see you have the same kind of this kind of laissez-faire towards what's actually happening with the syntax. I feel like this was probably me at some point earlier in my career when I convinced myself I was actually good at Postgres. Yeah, apparently that was it. It was the order. Oh my goodness. Because that's obvious, right?
So
you always got to do using first.
I prefer to write these things by hand. I have like a text expander which I store these snippets in.
Yeah. I feel like that's
So
the way to go, to be
I don't
honest.
need to remember anything.
Oh my gosh, did that do it? Oh no, we're
Did it?
stuck on a break point.
But is this which event is this? Oh,
I think
wait,
we
when
may
did you
have
get rid of
messed
our
up the
breakpoint?
test. But let's see. When I click it, it did it. Did you see that? It's
No.
zero. It's zero.
Did it work?
It worked, I think. I think we just messed up the test with the breakpoint. Let's try it again. Dang it. Wait, no. Do you
It
see
worked.
that?
It worked.
Do you see
Oh
that?
my gosh!
Heck yeah. All right. Now we just need to make sure we didn't break anything else.
Oh, quickly,
Regression.
check the comment to just realize that we have someone on
We haven't had
Twitch.
comments this whole time.
Yeah.
Tanksley, Steve Tanksley, my friend, how are you doing, man? Friend of mine from college the first time around. The time I
Oh,
didn't go
cool.
for computer science. I believe he is in computer science too after, I believe, a music degree, correct?
Nice.
So if your fee and value are the same, you can just use post ID. Yeah. Um,
Cool.
yeah, I think that's right. Dude, so nice to see you. Uh, multiple
Multiple
music
music
degrees and
degrees.
then moving into computer science. Very cool.
Nice.
Uh, pretty much only in databases and backend. Okay. If you can help me through some of the SQL stuff, this is the running meme, Steve. I have been. Where's the dog in space? This is me. This is me.
Wait,
With going with Postgres stuff. I'm just like, we were just looking at this. We're like, okay, how do we set the security policy? There's an issue. It was because we had our with check before using. Apparently, in that case, the order matters. What? That makes no sense. It looks like we did break something here. Maybe
What about
it was
policy?
just me being, that may have been me like trying to open another browser in the middle of the test. Let's try it to make sure. Nope. Maybe not. Let's kill it with fire.
Link locator.
It
Wait.
should work. It should work. There's no, yeah, there you go. It's because we're not doing headless.
Oh, right.
But the Playwright plugin broke itself, so I can't turn off headless. So
What is going on with your VS Code? Everything's breaking.
I don't know. I can't get terminals. That thing's gone.
I think it's because you're streaming and you have too many windows open. I think you're.
Probably. I probably should stop opening windows so I could show people gifs of dogs in space. All right.
Ooh,
I
never
see all
mind.
greens. Yeah. Wise. Thanks, Steve. But yeah, I see all greens, man. I see a successful stream in our rear view. What say you?
Indeed, I agree.
Killer. Hey, Steve, thanks so much for stopping by. If you ever want to come through and like help us out with the sequel stuff, just like help me really understand this, that would be great. Because I still feel maybe I think it's just where I'm at right now in terms of my career. It's like I understand this stuff at least in the JavaScript world, and I can get through with the sequel, but I just feel so. Oh, it's so disempowering sometimes, but at the same time, it's like there's the spark of learning stuff again, which is I love that piece. It's just different, I guess. So awesome, yeah. We'll have to next week. I've got a workshop I've got to do next Friday, so I think we'll be doing it on Wednesday. I want to say. Go through, add some more test cases, figure out what's going on with some of this other stuff. There's whole other features I'm realizing now we'll have to add, like probably not show, like, for one, at some points, not show too many notifications, maybe like the last 20 or so. Maybe give priority to the ones you haven't seen yet or something like that. And
Right.
yeah, to spend a long time with SQL before you start to get comfortable. And SQL just, yeah, it clearly doesn't. And I'm convinced that it's SQL is set up to just not be understandable. Like, what was the other line that we added at some point? Yeah, raise exception. Why? Well, you could use throw, Andrew.
Raise, come
Throw
on.
would be
Make
too.
sense.
Throw would be too
Raise an
straightforward.
exception.
What's that?
Raise an exception. It makes sense. Come on.
Raise an exception? I never think of an exception in terms of getting a raise. I think of an exception as I'm getting thrown out. So I throw my exceptions. But yeah, like even the fact that this is like a 2-word white space separated keyword with all lower cases, but I'm betting the case doesn't even matter. I'm
No.
guessing I could probably just do like SpongeBob case, and it would have no problem with this, unless I tried to do it into like a table name or something like that, and then we'd have problems for some reason. Unless it's like a double quote. You
Um,
throw an error, okay, fine, Caleb.
I like that.
Raising makes sense to me because okay, yeah, Python, fine. I actually don't know Python well at all, so that's fine. But if this works in Python, I don't even know. This would work
I
though,
don't know if
right?
that works, but I don't think you should try. I think it'll blow up.
You think so? Let's
Actually,
see.
let's go. Let's try it. Let's try it.
I'm betting. Oh, hang on. I did save it again. Maybe I do need autosave.
That's sweet.
We gotta wait for this all to go through because I don't know what's gonna happen if I stop it in the middle of this. Probably even worse than DB reset. I like this Rust idea.
Just panic.
Panic not, and then you call that as a function.
That is crazy.
That's pretty cool.
I think almost all of Rust syntax looks crazy to me anyway.
It does, yeah. I was just looking at some of the Rust that we merged into NX. I was just like, I'm glad John knows what this is because it looked like I got started with C. I'm probably remembering being better at C than I actually was. Same way I remembered being better at Postgres than clearly I actually am. But it looked like a interesting mix of C and JavaScript and TypeScript, kind of. But yeah,
Wait,
that worked. There's no problems. This is like SpongeBob case for this is gonna be our meme now. We're just all the keywords we're gonna put in SpongeBob case until they actually have a problem, because this is ridiculous. Postgres needs to grow up and just add some parsing, add some like capitalization requirements. So I'm not sure with parsing in regards to keywords, but I know that it'll complain about table names, like because this game's table name. Yeah, it's weird because these kinds of keywords, like sure, SpongeBob case totally fine. But if we try to do this with like a table name, or heaven forbid, we put a capital letter in a table name, you gotta cover that up in double quotes, not single quotes. This is not a string literal. This is a table name.
I mean, there are exceptions.
Heresy. So don't you raise no exceptions with me, sir. Yeah, here I'm fixing. You had a spelling mistake there, Tanksley. So there you go. Heresy. This is how we do it on this stream. Well, all right. Like I said, we've got a clean bill of health. We're looking pretty green. We're having fun at the end here. At least. Yeah, good catch.
Brilliant. All working well.
Yeah.
We're winning.
Andrew, thanks for coming by, and say hi to everyone at Supabase for me. Y'all are continuing to rock. Thanks for the new minor versions. We'll get them installed at some point so I can stop giving you crap about DB reset.
I am gonna test this out. I am gonna test out this DB reset.
With
So
my version?
with your version, no, not with your version. I'm gonna test it out with
With
my
the
version.
with the latest,
Yes,
yeah. I mean, I'll do
because
that
Bobby
too,
tested it
obviously.
with the latest, and it worked for Bobby. So
Okay. Well, was he using WebSockets? Are you sure he was using WebSockets? Because
we
that's
even
the
test
only
that.
place where we're seeing the issues on the WebSockets. The WebSockets just die for some reason when you use DB reset, and everything else
Okay.
was working fine. Remember, so
Yeah.
uh,
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up this project, test it out, and then do a
what you
demo
need to
for
do is
Bobby
write a
to get it
playwright
going.
test for it, like down to the point of like creating the whole project. Like you just use the file system package to like just create, like just actually no, just use like clone down, use exec to clone down my repo. And then you can run it. And then you can run it from inside of your test, and then
Okay.
make sure, and then just check to see inside of the browser logs if there's any issues with the. After you run a DB reset, of course, any issues with the WebSocket. It'll be the perfect automated test. It'll take about 5 minutes to run. So
Take about 5 years to write.
yeah, well that too. But it will save us like a solid 5 minutes. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, like I said, Andrew, thanks for coming by. Steve Tanksley, thanks for coming by. Caleb, I'm guessing an ex Caleb, but maybe some other Caleb. But thanks for stopping by too. It was
Yeah.
cool to see you all here, and we'll do it again next week sometime. I'll post it on Twitter. And yeah,
Indeed.
peace, y'all. Have a good weekend.
All right. Take care.